over. Pitches out to Prevention. He's going to go wide to the left. Around the corner. Touchdown, Eisenhower. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review. I'm here with Coach Chris Smith, and the Eisenhower Eagles take care of business here in playoff game 1 in 2017, 52-0 against Utica. And there was some concern early. It was raining, which is not your typical great offensive weather. And number two, it's a crosstown school. I mean, it's your neighbor you're playing. How did you prepare the kids before the game for this game?
Well, I told them yesterday. I told them it was going to rain. Be ready for a rainy game, and don't come out here complaining. Know it's going to rain when you go home tonight and you're thinking about the game. And think about it being a cold, wet game. So we prepare the same way. I mean, we didn't prepare any different. You know, I know it's a crosstown rivalry. We haven't played them in 10 years. It's really tough to these kids. It was a new team that we haven't played before. So we were really excited about playing them. It was easy to get the kids up to play this game.
And Utica, you know, they got the ball first and didn't really ever get any field position. You guys kind of hemmed them in and had short fields, which is always great, especially when you have Caleb Oyster.
Right, our defense has been outstanding all year, and in the league, with in the MAC Red, you got to play great defense, and we've played against some great offenses. So we were prepared to play them, and we had a great game plan by Coach Brzezinski and Maltop, and these kids really executed and played hard.
There was a little bit of concern. We were talking in the pregame a little bit. You know, Utica has a pretty enormous offensive line, and we thought, well, you know, Eisenhower's quick, but can they withstand these big giants? And looks like your guys did a pretty good job.
You know, they're a big line, but we've played huge lines. I mean, Oak Park was a lot bigger team, and so our guys have played against big linemen that are big, strong, physical. Oak Park has, one guy going to Ohio State, one guy going to Oregon, and so we played against good offensive linemen, so that doesn't really bother our kids. We go out there, we teach good fundamentals to them, and they play hard, and that's what they did today.
You got up quite a bit, and I guess when it's 45 or 52-0, well, say 45-0. I mean, you kind of get a lot of guys get a chance to play, but isn't that concerning to you as a coach about, hey, this is meaningless now, and maybe we should watch out and not get hurt?
You want to get your starters out as soon as possible, which we did. I mean, they were basically out most of the second half. On defense, none of them played the second half, so it's really not meaningless because you got players going in there that, hopefully in the future will be players in our program and contribute. And so it's good to get them the experience, especially in a playoff game like this.
Max Whitwer went out, and you had Jack Morris come in, and other than the slippery weather, and it's hard to handle the football, he did a pretty darn good job.
Well, Jack's been our quarterback the last 3 weeks. Yeah, there's no question that Jack can run our offense. He's done an outstanding job the last 3 weeks, and for him to step in today and be the quarterback, we were planning on putting him in the second or third series anyway. So, he did an outstanding job.
And you're going to play the winner of the Rochester-Adams-Romeo game. Any preference on your part? They both start with R.
There's no preference. I'm sure that's a great game going on out there, and we're going to celebrate this win right here. And whoever it is, we're going to prepare and be ready for them.
Caleb Oyster, Eisenhower's offensive star tonight, 4 touchdowns. And when do you know you're going to score?
I know I'm going to score when I see my blockers out in front of me, and that's really about it, because I know I can trust my blockers to move the players out of the way, or I can find a cut.
Hey, you almost had 5 tonight. Kayvon Higdon came down and got you, but you take a lot of shots out there. And this was a rough physical game for the most part for you. I mean, how does your body take all that?
Every week it's the same thing. We come out, we play, and your body gets conditioned to it, and my body's just conditioned to it. So I come out here and play a physical game. Tomorrow I'll be sore, yeah, but I mean, it's nothing I can't handle.
I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so go ahead.
I want to say hello to my mom, my dad, and my grandpa that made the trip up from Ohio.
One of Eisenhower's defensive stars, Kurt Wadke, and Kurt, we just talked to John about Kayvon Higdon, and you guys did a pretty good job of stopping him early. Tell me a little bit about the defensive plans on that.
He was pretty fast, but 1 versus 11 players on our defense always wins. You can't run around 11 kids all coming at you.
Kayvon Higdon wasn't the only one that couldn't get going, but their other back, Casey, couldn't go either. What was the reason their offense couldn't run?
I give a lot of credit to our D-line, Belts, and Churco and everybody up there always stuffed the holes and they had no room to run.
Tell us a little bit about, playing against a crosstown rival. Utica's almost like going down the street and playing your neighbor. Was there a lot of talking going on out there?
There was a little pushing and shoving, but we just had to play it like a regular game, do our thing, get the win, and keep going.
Obviously, it's going to get tougher coming up. How you guys going to prepare for the next game?
Just have great weeks of practices, focus, and watch film, develop better plays.
When you saw John take off for that punt return, what were you thinking out there?
I thought he was going to go out of bounds, and then he came back my way, and I just turned around and started blocking someone else. I didn't expect him to cut it back. He was crazy.
All right, well, I know you want to say hello to some folks, so go ahead and do that.
Shout out to LB crew, my mom, my dad, and everybody that comes out and supports us.
One of the stars of Eisenhower's big win tonight in the first playoff game of 2017, John Fantazzo. And John, first let's talk about the most important play you made tonight, which was your punt return for a touchdown. Talk us through that. I mean, it didn't look like you were even going to field that ball.
Yeah, it was a bit of a short punt compared to his other ones, so I called poison, called everyone off, and then it bounced kind of towards me. So picked it up, just took one hard step to the right, ran around to the left, and then saw an opening towards the right, ran around that way, and it was all good from there.
Tell us a little bit about playing in the rain on defense and how difficult that is, or is it easier to play in the rain?
As a DB, I think it's a little bit easier because they're not going to throw the ball, but you got to keep yourself in the mindset also that they could throw the ball. So it's a little bit of each.
Talk a little bit about some of the reasons why you guys were able to control Kayvon Higdon.
Our front is physical. They had him at quarterback first, so our front was just better than theirs, gave him a push, and he had to bounce it outside, and we're sure-handed tacklers out there, so he couldn't really get out.
You guys were up 14-0. Do you think you're off to the races?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can tell when our team gets going, we get all the momentum, everybody gets excited. We usually have a student section, not so much at the end of the game because it's cold, but everybody's just fired up.
I know you want to say hello to some folks out there, so go ahead.
I'd just like to say hello to my family and the Goon Squad.
Stay tuned for game highlights right after this.
Hi, my name is Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. Okay to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to Okay to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the Okay to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
The Eisenhower Eagles' first playoff game of 2017 would be against the Utica Chieftains. The last time the Eagles and Chieftains played, Utica won 7-6. The Eagles would love to pay back Utica by knocking them out of this year's playoffs. Utica had the ball first on a 3rd and short situation. Kayvon Higdon could not handle the snap, and the Chieftains were forced to punt. Eisenhower would draw first blood as Caleb Oyster takes this pitch all the way for a touchdown. The extra point was good, and Ike led 7-0. Unfortunately for Eisenhower, quarterback Max Whitwer was knocked out of the game on this play. He would not return. On Utica's next drive, the Eisenhower defense again would dominate as Kurt Wadke forces Kayvon Higdon out of bounds, making it 3rd and long. On Ike's next drive, Assad Buhaidar would run this jet sweep for 33 yards. Then number 32, Caleb Oyster, would take this pitch from Jack Morris and go 23 yards for the Eagle touchdown. It was his second of the game, and the score was now 14-0 Eisenhower. The Eagle defense played Utica tough throughout the rainy evening, especially the middle of the defensive line. John Fantauza would pick up a first down on this pass from Jack Morris. The drive moved into the second quarter where the Utica Chieftain defense forced Eisenhower to kick this 35-yard field goal. Massimo D'Aristotle came on and did a great job booting it through. It was 17-0 Eisenhower. Again, Eisenhower's strong defense would force Utica to punt. Eisenhower's John Fantauza would take this punt and race it 60 yards for an Ike touchdown, making it 24-0 Eagles. This one is worth another look. Utica would fumble on their next drive. Ike would recover, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles. Jack Morris is credited with this touchdown. For good measure, number 61 Zach Petkoff makes sure of it by falling on it. The extra point was good, and Ike now led 31-0. On 4th and short from their own 47, Utica goes for it. Sophomore quarterback Zach Keene is able to draw the Eagle defense off sides. The Chieftains' Kayvon Higdon almost comes up with this pass, which may have breathed new life in the game for Utica. Again, Utica goes for it on 4th down. This time, Kayvon Higdon can't hold on to the pass, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles. On 4th down, the Eagles go for it. Massimo D'Aristotle does not disappoint. Number 39, Ben Metz, stays with this pass and makes an incredible catch for an Eagle first down. On 4th down, this snap goes over the head of Jack Morris. Jack does a great job of picking up the football and finding Asad Buhaidar for an Eagle first down. The Eagles would score again in the waning seconds of the first half, as Caleb Oyster would score his 3rd touchdown of the game, and Eisenhower now led 38-0. The first half would end on this tackle by number 56, Christoph Barron, and the Eagles leading 38-0. Eisenhower had the ball first in the second half, and they pick up a first down on this reception by Asad Buhaidar. Because of a personal foul penalty by Utica, the Eagles have another golden opportunity to score, and they don't miss out on it, as Caleb Oyster takes this Jack Morris pass into the end zone, and it's a 45-0 lead for Eisenhower. Eisenhower's Tom Gochai makes a nice play with his arm to bring down the Utica runner. On 3rd down, number 44 Lance Humpert and number 23 Michael Bush team up to force the Chieftains to punt. In the fourth quarter, Utica had their best chance of the game to score, but their hopes were dashed as the Eagles' number 40, Kamal Macklin, steals the football from Utica's Leonard Kasem and takes it all the way for an Eagle touchdown. The score now was 52-0 Eisenhower. Number 28, Andrew Grajewski, puts the finishing touches on this one. The Eagles move on in the state playoffs by defeating crosstown rival Utica 52-0.
Stay tuned for our special feature right after this.
The recruiting of high school game officials never stops, especially for women. Only 11% of high school officials are women. I was fortunate to play high school sports where so many men and women gave their time as officials. Now it's my turn. Joining a local officials association is the key to getting training, getting games, and getting the support I needed to make officiating fun and enjoyable. I can stay involved with the sports I love, I enjoy working with the kids, and I even met my husband through officiating. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
This week's Eisenhower Flashback takes us back to October of 2001. The Eisenhower Eagles traveled to Stevenson to take on their longtime rivals, the Stevenson Titans. Joe DiGiorgio and Tom Mork would both play a big role in this game. Mork with his hands and DiGiorgio with his legs. Number 37, Dan Kalashevsky, abruptly ends this Titan drive. This pass to Tom Mork was good for a first down. And this one was good for a touchdown. Let's take one more look at that one. Joe DiGiorgio would escape a sack and get the ball to number 45, Brian Bollier, who makes a great catch and run deep into Stevenson territory. Bollier's play would lead to this 40-yard field goal by Jasper Scudo, giving Eisenhower a 9-0 lead at halftime. In the second half, Joe DiGiorgio would return this kick 91 yards for an Eagle touchdown, putting the Eagles in the lead. The Titans would come back and tie the score on this play. With less than 35 seconds left in the game, the Eagles went into their 2-minute offense. This pass to Lance Long would put the ball on the 3-yard line, giving Jasper Scudo time to come in and attempt a field goal with 7.4 seconds left. He was unable to make the kick. It was wide, but the game went into overtime where Jasper got a chance to redeem himself, and he nailed the game winner. The final score, Ike 20, Stevenson 17.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our show. For Coach Chris Smith, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here on the Eisenhower Eagle Football Review.